I would like to thank my beloved subscribers. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the finale of Recipe for Turnabout. I am a little bit sick, so I will apologize for that. I got a sniffly nose. I really wish I could do this another day, but I release this video tomorrow, so really no time but the present, so I might as well get into it, but yeah. I hate how I'm sick, or I hate how I constantly got off camera to wipe my nose, but you guys don't want to see that, so it's whatever, but I apologize if that actually becomes really flippin' annoying. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Matty. So, what do you think is gonna happen today, sir? Well, I hope we're gonna get you not guilty. Yesterday's session didn't seem to go so well. It ended on a giant mystery. Which one? That's true. And we still haven't solved a single part of it yet. What part? Are you okay, Nick? Huh? Yeah, of course. I saw that. Then you'll flash of doubt in your eyes. No, that wasn't doubt. That was the determination. They totally look the same. Why don't I believe you? It's nearly time, Matty. You better get going to the defendant's chair. Roger, don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you. If I sound sad, you know why. Hey, pal! Hey, Detective W. Glitch the dead-lasting Matty out. She didn't need that. How did you know she was dressed? I was watching through the doorway. Totally not sleepy. Oh. Sound kinda sleepy. You look like you already lost the taste. Show a bit of that confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this will help. Huh? Have you taken up aromatherapy too? No, not a million years, pal. Don't tell me you don't remember this thing. Help to think of it. Don't you know you're like one of the aromatherapy bottles? This is the bottle that turned up in Clabian's kitchen a few days ago. What about the brown one? Wow, look at all these bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many they're overflowing onto the floor. Hey, wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the others. Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either. And it doesn't smell. We finally got the analysis results back from the lab. So, is it the poison? I'm afraid not, pal. It's medicine. Oh! Is this... What is it? Is this the medicine that was in the bag? Wow. Why did he steal this? Medicine? Yeah, for ears. Topical use only, apparently. For ears, you mean... Yeah, it's the medicine Glenn Elder was using for his ruptured eardrum. What was Glenn Elder's ear medicine doing in the kitchen? Small bottle. The victim's ear medicine found covered in unidentified fingerprints in the kitchen. What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that? Someone should glue it up so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour and they might have gotten something on the prints, but... That's gonna weaken its impact as a piece of evidence. Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today. Got it? Wow, does he have a word of the day calendar? today's trial. I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done. Or my name isn't Phoenix Wright. You do it, man. You gotta take your name back. Court is now in session for the trial of Maddie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor. Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Trudeau. He claimed to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder in the victim's coffee. However, the witness's testimony was plagued by a number of problems. The mark on the rim shows that the victim drank it with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand. Thank you, Mr. Trudeau. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet the victim's left ear was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear. It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, isn't it? It's almost like there's a mystery game where we have to solve all the issues before getting to the truth. Ha! Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The wheel, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it. You lost me already, Mr. Trudeau. Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only users think like that. You've got changed with the times. That's one of my rules. Are you implying that you resolved the contradictions? No, I'm telling you to forget about them. Because they weaken my taste. You know the answers to these riddles? The old guy wasn't just throwing seeds in here. He was throwing us off the scent. And today, I'll prove it. Very well, yet the first witness taped the stand. Was that his opening statement? Oh my god, oh no, that's it. And you are? Oh, bonjour everyone! I am Zenar Blonde, the owner and the head chef of Incognito. Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a woman? Oh yeah, my lord. As you can see, I am your pretty gentleman, you know? The giant blade is broken now. On the day of the incident, you were in Clay Bian's kitchen. Is that right? Which you modify your. Everything feels right. Haha. Ha! Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy? Well, he's been to hell, so I guess not. Very well. Your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Clay Bien. What the flip? I don't feel good about my voice or accent for this guy. This is awful. Want to team up. No, man. It's not my fault. This guy has an undecipherable accent. At Clay Bien. What happened? There were 2 customers at my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art decor the day. I have an alarm mirror between your tables, for example. Perhaps the old man is looking at. What? Your top, your earpiece, your glasses, everything would have been in reverse, no? What? I'm sorry, I need a minute. A mirror? Yeah, a clear mirror. Yeah, most enormous mirror. And suddenly, the mysteries disappear. Okay, so you're saying a mirror is why everything was seen in reverse? Really? That's your argument? I guess, like, the old man is one of the only direct witnesses. So the wheel keep turning, you gotta turn with it. I think that would explain the topic cup and the earpiece conundrum. I guess? I'm sorry, I'm not really good at how mirrors work. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination at 2 p.m. When it happened, there were 2 times to bring in my restaurant. No, I don't want to. I don't want to hear this dying voice more than I have to. I hate doing him. You were experimenting with art detour? How come I've never heard of that before today? You are not so familiar with the language of interior design, Montpellier. Please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the twin about this before? But I did, just a few moments ago. Ahem, excuse me, Mr. Armstrong. This detour you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of... What? Detorum? What is that? I'm gonna look that up later. No. Art detour. It's a style of design, Your Honor. He's talking about interior design. Walls, ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing. Oh yes, of course. That detour. Detorum. I was trying to achieve a more feminine look for my restaurant. I was planning the most bold remodeling of your detour. That was a literal nothing burger. How big of a mirror are we talking about here? Boo! Something about 4 meters wide and 2 meters out. Yeah, see, if a meter 1 yard. Holy glass in a flame, that's huge. Okay. If I was making this game and I had to remaster it, you know what I would do? I would put a picture of a ruler, a common ruler that is a common ruler that 1 to 12, and then I would show that with a picture of how big the mirror would be, basically to show how large that mirror actually is. Because if you're gonna remaster a game, we want more game. We want more accessibility features. We want Easter eggs. We want more than just you remaking the game. We want to be masterful. I was intent to install it on your ceiling eventually. The ceiling? What? Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember. No. I decided not to go through with it in the end. What should I do? Should I ask him more about... Yes! It's important. Okay. If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about mirror in Mr. Tudo or Maddie Bird's testimonies. But... What? What are you gonna say? You didn't act like You only have yourself to blame for such sloppy work. What? What? I guess. I guess. God, I should have asked. Well, no, I should have asked. If you have a big mirror, I presume it would have been mentioned. That's not fair. What? A mirror was delivered to Tlabian the day before the incident. What? Really? And Mr. Arthur testified he was carrying out some design changes. And as it turns out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end. This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Tlabian, it doesn't prove that I was actually in the restaurant on the day of the crime. Okay, so I have a question. So, Dido said that a mirror was delivered. Does he know that? Because there is actually a package report, right? Did the mailman actually say he delivered it? And does that mailman have a record of the transaction? Because I really need to know that. Because for all I know, this guy is lying about a mirror having even existed. But the way Dido said that made me believe that, okay, the mirror existed. It was real. But I don't know until the day telling me. Because I would really like a piece of evidence that telling me, hey, this mirror is real and not a figment of his imagination. Ha! If you want to doubt someone, Wright, look in the mirror. Damn! I'm sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough. Damn! I've been dubious. So the witness yesterday has seen the victim reflected in the mirror. Damn. Perhaps your person, your old man, will look at that. Normally, I'd expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object. The old man is... Normally, how did normality come into this? That's lame, right? Even for you. No, it's not a lame argument. Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it is impossible? Is that it? Where did that leave the porcupine-headed lawyer and the top-knotted chick over there? And the ungodly tool guy here with the mask. And the ungodly tool guy with the mask over here. Well, tonight... I do not have a top knot. Why do you care if it's called a top knot or not? Not the hair. I do not have a top knot. That's adorable. Yeah, you do, Maya. It's cute. Mr. Dido intellect. All of us are fucking weird. I lack of normality and no basis for discounting an argument. Okay? Can I say something else though? Like, a person, usually, most of the time, a person would be able to tell the difference between a real object and an object in a mirror. Because we are not birds. We can tell when something is blocking us. Also, like, wouldn't he notice himself in the mirror? That's another thing. If he was looking at a mirror, wouldn't he also be there? And wouldn't that make him aware? Also, if you're gonna say that the old man is an idiot who honestly thought that, then why should we take his testimony into account at all? Why don't we just throw him out of the court record completely? If he's dumb enough to not notice a mirror, he is dumb enough to not remember what hand a teacup was in. And at that point, why don't we just forget about him? But you're just as one today, your day. Hold it. Everything. He would have seen everything in reverse. Wait, how would he read the newspaper? Yeah, wait a minute. Okay, so most of the time, yeah, see, it's backwards. In the mirror, as I'm looking at this right now, it's backwards. So he would have been trying to read a backwards newspaper. That doesn't make sense. He wouldn't have been able to read it at all. And I'm pretty sure he would have mentioned the fact that, oh, it looked weird, or the word were in reverse. That doesn't make sense. Hey, Nick, we should take a second to think about what old Sheedy said in his testimony. How did he phrase it again? The boy was wearing an earpiece on the same side of the lanyards on his straps. No second, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was a yes ear, no doubt. Oh, are we there say... Okay, can I be honest, guys? I believe I understand what the name is trying to get me to understand. The only issue is that I'm not smart enough to understand mirror physics. I am dumb. I do not know how mirrors really work, or how they work. Like, I can guess what they want me to know, but I can't, like, actually know it. If you use the same hand to pick up his teacup, his left hand. If he saw everything he did try and reflect, oh, it would be on the right, right? Wait, or would it be on the left? Well, no, yeah, he's right, but yeah, then everything he said would have been on the left side was actually right. So, the earpiece would have been on his right side? And that clears up the problem with his testimony, I guess. Or does it? Ha! It's kind of hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but... Do you think old Sheedy saw everything through a reflection? If he did, it would explain all the contradictions in his testimony. But that should make the situation worse for Maddie. There's gotta be something in the old man's testimony. We've just gotta dig deeper. Okay. I don't think it's this one. Yes, it is. Like mirror between tables, for example. I honestly can't imagine what it is, so I'm gonna have to take a solid guess on what they want me to guess. You think it, like, is it the, I'm gonna try the newspaper. No? Okay, yeah, no, wait. Yeah, okay. I really thought it was gonna be something. That actually seemed like, okay. That wasn't it. Yes, I know there's something else. I'm pretty sure it is this statement. I did have to, like, figure out, like, which one it would be. Yeah, no, I don't think it's that. Oh, wait. Is it the map? I'm gonna try it. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's not on the first page. I think we got that nailed down fairly well. Time scene. Well, where's the mirror in this picture? I guess I should look for anything that had directions on it. Most of these are not relevant, though. Yeah, this isn't relevant right now. neither this, or this, or, well, why do I still have this? And this. I bet that's for the ending. That totally did be our ending item. No, 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 no. And the bad is empty. No. Maybe... Wait, the mirror in this picture. Oh. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's not that. So here... We can basically ignore the last page completely, but we still have to figure out what this could be. I mean, this, because you know you have a mirror in it, but that's not a good basis of evidence. Okay, so... I'm about ready to start presenting the person himself. The toffee top, the earpiece, the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Tudo's testimony for a second, shall we? The boy was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the lens on his spectacles. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, no doubt. So, to summarize, we were told both the MD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Okay. Wait, give me up. That adds up, yeah, I agree. Now, if Mr. Tudo saw all that and the reflection in a mirror, it would mean both the MD, HMD, and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Except the window, you see, Montfleur. Now, when you think about it like that, it's not so hard after all, no? Unfortunately, that will run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Tudo really did see everything in a mirror, then why would the HMD now be on the wrong side of his head? I want to go to a spit tape right now. Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness genuinely observed the victim in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to be on the right side of his eye. I don't know, man. I'm trying to read this as best as I can. How bitter. You're not acting like it is. Right. You should have a taste of this bitterness. It will calm you down in no time. Felix, you said fucking dot. He's obviously gonna throw it at you right now. Are we talking about your toffee or something completely different? You don't understand the way the witness thinks. How he thinks. What, he's an idiot? You remember this, I presume. Yeah? I broke the vase, sorry, apology. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Tudo's floored testimony. Exactly. The old man has one grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. Okay, so he's an idiot. I thought we already knew that. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. L? He had kind of a baby face. Also, the earpiece. Clearly, the victim's eyepiece. I don't know, man. And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elm's HMD made a big impression on the old man. I saw the earpiece and the newfangled spectacles she was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear. Ha! Well, Wright. What? Your argument that your other witness is an idiot? That's your argument? Well, okay, why don't I just say that, like, our witness is an unreliable old man who made multiple contradictions, and that his testimony should just be scrapped. Wow, I really thought he was old seedy there for a minute. Godot's good. Maya's adorable. Enough! I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony. Bad luck, Nick. You're like the boil of a contradiction you found is really just a rash. Damn. And Godot had the perfect ointment for that. A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. I mean, yeah, but mirrors do create falsehoods. So, what is that you and the old man looking at? Fill us up, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the tour. We're all ears. I can explain. Please, if you look at your plan at your restaurant. Oh, is it updated? Do you update it, you thought? Oh, great, did I updated it? The mirror. Oh, your. Is everyone sitting comfortably? Your mirror, it was right here. Dividing the two restaurants in your half. What the? I guess? What? Okay, but like, I'm pretty sure if we brought old CD back to the restaurant, he would be able to tell us what seat he was actually sitting at. Also, he's an old man. He had nothing to do with his life, but look at life. He's not like us. He isn't on his cell phone all the time. So you know what I think would happen? I think that the old man would walk in the restaurant and be like, what the fuck? Why is there an old mirror here? I don't like it. I hate this mirror. This is a dumb mirror. I'm gonna have a word with the manager. And then he would go back to his seat right here, maybe. That's what I think would happen. He's an old man. He probably hates change. And he had nothing better to do than look at the world around him. I personally believe he would have noticed this massive mirror and been like, man, this just makes it harder to walk. That's what I think. But okay. Because like, if he remembered the mirror, he would have talked about it. He would have been like, must have been the mirror. Because he is dumb, but he isn't an idiot. You know? Y'all was sitting at your table next to your victims. Y'all was where old man was just sitting. And after your terrible incident, I moved your mirror so it would not in your way. How convenient. You made the mirror disappear. That's bull. But naturally, I did not touch anything else. How good for you. Can I see the mirror? Can I see the mirror? I see. I see no problems with the I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard. From the table net to the victims, Mr. Tudo could have seen the victim in the mirror. What a nutty old consolor I am. Confusing y'all men like this. Don't worry about it, man. Huh. We can keep up. It's something to die blazing into a cold flat over there. God damn it, I'm flatting. I hate this guy. You said you didn't touch anything apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that? Are you sure about that? Oh, Monsieur, of course. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your class examination, if you please. The mirror. Your mirror, it was in the... Okay, well, I'm not doing this again. So, run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct? We? Really? Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't put a mirror there. It would be in the way. Oh my god. He isn't you. You're too taught right? Huh? You're obstructing my view, among other things. But, this is my seat in the courthouse. Travian's charm, and I give you the impression that you are the only customer. Okay? Is that official? Can I, because if that were the case, you know what I would do? I would put up curtains on the ceiling so that, you could open the curtain, you could go in, and you could close the curtain so that you're the only one. That's what I would do if I wanted to give the impression that you are the only customer. Not only that, it lets you see another person. Also, what a weird charm. That's a weird charm, right? Isn't it? Is it not? Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would hardly be in the way. What do you mean temporarily? It would plan to be a permanent place. Of course it would be in the way. Unlike you, Twilight. I tell you, Monfleur, the mirror was in the air inside of your restaurant. This was only one sheet you could have seen the mirror image of the victim. And where would that be? Oh yeah, you're alluring toward me. I always attract the younger boys. Maybe I should keep you in the bed a little longer. Mr. Armstrong, tell the court what you know at once. I attract the older ones too. And you're so handsome. Shall I tease you too? Haha. Do you attract people like me? Oh, who is it? I'm already seeing a really hot someone, so I'm afraid you'll be waiting a long time. Oh no, are you talking about your toffee? Oh man, I thought you actually had a girlfriend. Are you just talking about your toffee top? That would be the saddest thing you have said so far. More sad than the health comment. I bet you had more molten creams than and I bet you had molten creams than and tapioca. I'm not tapioca. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. Beyond, I will tell you, there was only one place you could have seen now. Blah 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 blah. I don't care now. You always at your seat at your table next to your victim with the I don't care. Sorry. So why can't you only see the victim from that particular? Oh my god, this is such a dumb question if he meant. Monfleur, it is obvious, no? If you look at the plan, you'll understand. Your victim would have been reflected in your mirror like this. So, if you were sitting at your table next to him, you would see everything. No? So that the old seating was sitting in on that day. We don't know that yet. Where the poisoning happened. I wouldn't believe this guy until evidence was brought up. The old man was sitting at the table next to the victim. Why did that seem kind of odd? Okay, that's probably our statement, but also, do we have that item yet? Oh wait, no, wrong one. Okay, so it doesn't show it anymore, but the mirror, this area, look at this area, it wouldn't have been blocked off. I know where the mirror was, it was right about here. So, if you were sitting here, you could still see him. I guess if I pointed that out, it would probably be then how do you explain the contradictions? That's how they would say it. Where did you put the mirror? Did you move the mirror while Mr. Tudo was off calling the police? Oui, exactamundo. I cleared it out of your restaurant. Okay. You moved a huge mirror like that all by yourself. What can I say? I know how to pick things up, handsome. Okay. Is there any proof of that? Can I see the mirror? Because if you really carried the mirror outside, wouldn't the mirror have marks on it? Because if you drag the mirror across the ground, wouldn't the ground and the mirror have marks of being dragged off? Right? It would scrape it in the ground. Assuming the land, of course, was gravel or something. Maybe stone. My point is it would leave marks. Hehehe. They don't actually act at something. Well, given the witness's physique, I guess it ain't possible. Did you move anything else from the crime scene, Mr. Armstrong? You're obliging type, no? But actually, I did not touch anything else. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Come on. I did not touch anything except the mirror. Why did you touch that? Oh, the ticket. He touched the ticket. We know about that. I'm not sure it's really relevant, but it does prove that he is a liar. Where's the ticket? Fuck. Do we not have the ticket he taught? Fuck. Yeah, it is. I just can't put my finger on what it is. Oh, he took the bottle. He took the bottle, too. I remember now. He literally took the bottle. There you go. I have suggested thing for your dad. An oil with gold myrrh and frankincense. Add a few drops to your coffee, and voila, enjoy. Wouldn't that be dangerous? From this Phoenix, believe, I need to ignore these two and just find evidence. It ain't pretty strange though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a really large mirror. You think someone would have, but Maddie didn't, and neither did Old CD. Then the only logical explanation is that there was no mirror inside Fabian on that day. Thank you! Can we prove that? Now gotta prove it somehow. But my contradiction doesn't prove that. The only contradiction I found was the one about this. I wonder if it works. I should create a save before I do it. I don't know why more people just don't use the same mechanic often. Really? Nothing. Damn. Huh. Okay, I guess that's obviously a contradiction for a later part of the day, I guess. But I guess that pretty much rules that out. So I need to find evidence that there wasn't a mirror. This doesn't help. This doesn't help that. This doesn't help that. Neither than this. Or this. No. 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 This. Oh wait, I actually kind of want. Okay, so it wasn't that one either. You know, it's save. So I just wanted to see if that worked at all. Well, actually, they did the wrong statement in the first place. Oh, my god. So I gotta prove it. Okay, so this is the one, I believe. I'm sorry if that feels like cheating. I don't think it is. Now you see at your victim table. Oh fuck. Why do you want to? Okay, well. See, she could see him from the other side. Is there any way to prove that? Oh, the vase. Is it the vase? Okay, but the base, right? But then it show the base. I feel like it can't be that one. Oh, well, is it this? Because he said he broke the base, but the base isn't broken? This piece of evidence contradicts the testimony we have heard, Your Honor. Then find the photo? Yeah, first of all, where the hell is the mirror? Yes, this photo shows something that theoretically shouldn't exist. What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Should not exist? Ha! Sounds like you're describing yourself tonight. Damn. That's harsh. That ain't the harshest thing you've said, I'm sure. That's insane. You basically told me to die, but with extra steps. It's the vase, because it tipped over, but in this picture it isn't tipped over. But if the body is there, then it doesn't make sense. I mean, it's pretty obvious what should not be in this. Am I wrong? The vase. What possible contradiction does that have with the witness's testimony? Your Honor, I'm telling you that there should have been no vase on this table. Because it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence. Because there is one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Tudor broke the vase that was on the table. He was sitting. And yet, at the autopsy, there's an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Tudor was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all. What? Don't be an idiot, right? That's impossible. Why? That seems the... Okay. But you're ignoring the possibility that this guy is a fucking liar. Yeah, that seems the only one Tudor could have seen the victim reflected from. I suppose that is probably right. The issue isn't that. The issue is that Jay, what if there is no reflection? What if there's not a line about a mirror? Have you considered that possibility yet? Exactly. Oh God, my coffee giving me fucking heartburn. There's only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror at Travian on that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is a bold lie. Mia! Don't try to confuse the torchlight. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase. He said he didn't touch anything. Are you saying that he lied again? Well, the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene. He said he didn't touch anything. Unfortunately, Mr. Dado, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary. In his own words, I did not touch anything else. I did not touch anything else except the mirror. Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant on that day. In light of this revelation, we must return to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear in which he couldn't hear? You only get one shot in life, there's no turning back. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there tonight, then this problem's all yours. How do you explain what the old man saw? If I can answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it. Are you gonna be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Nick? There's more than one. There's more than just this one contradiction, Maya. What do you mean? Remember, Matty told us. There was another man at the victim's table. And there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Tudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Tudo's testimony is simple. Right after I save, and I choose all the wrong answers. Clearly, Mr. Tudo made a mistake. Mr. Slight, you're the one who brought up all these contradictions. And if you're trying to tell us the old man just made a mistake, then we can wrap this whole case out right now with a guilty verdict. How about it, Mr. Wright? Should I just declare your client guilty? Is that the best you could come up with, Nick? I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was the one who made a mistake. You are a mistake, Mr. Slight. I'll give you one more chance, Mr. Wright. This time, think carefully before you answer. Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Tudo's testimony is because the ear doctor made a mistake. I mean, we had it the wrong way. It was actually the doctor's mistake. What? Yes, the doctor got the wrong ear. Well, I believe we saw an autopsy report yesterday. One that thinks that the victim's left eardrum was ruptured and had medicine in it. Shit! I'm beginning to wonder if it's not your ear that's ruptured, Mr. Wright. This is no time to be playing around with people's perceptions, man. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was the one who made the mistake. Okay, let's do this. The reason behind all the contradictions. Wait, no, Sam, what am I doing? I don't want to say that. I'm the shittiest Shador I've gotten. Okay, you know what I think would actually be really cool for this part? Okay, so we have three options. We have three options here. And I'm pretty sure, to almost anybody who has played this game, it's pretty obvious which one you're actually supposed to choose. So you know what I would do? I would ask a group of people, hey people, what do you think the most logical explanations are for this situation? And then I would take some of those ideas, and I would make those the answers. Because right now, it's a little too obvious which one is the real one. It doesn't really require a lot of thought. It's also the only one that says that it isn't a mistake. This one literally says the victim was a phony. The two said, person made a mistake. So, 1, I would add more options. 2, I would make the options a bit more believable. This case is riddled with contradictions. Yet, there's one very simple answer that clears all of them up. And what is that? The incident Mr. Tudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. What? Yes, the victim that Mr. Tudo saw wasn't Glenn Eld at all. It was an imposter, a phony pretending to be Glenn Eld. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake. Blah! That was cool, right? How I mirrored him. Order! Order in the court! Settle down or I'll clear the courtroom! Try it, Clamps. Why don't you clear out of here? What did you say? I am a judge! I didn't have you removed from this case, young man! Who are you? Trite? Are you saying that Mr. Tudo saw was a setup? Yes. Someone pretended to be Glenn Eld and then acted out the whole toffee poisoning. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Tudo. Get real, Trite. Why would anyone want to do that? The same reason why people hide a body. The same reason why people create fake evidence. To not get caught. To blame someone else. Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Tudo was most insistent about in his testimony was the survey bill brought him a Salvatino, but she put something in it. That's the survey bill right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. It's so hard to believe, but there was one. And only one reason to show Mr. Tudo this fate poisoning to flame, to show Maddie Bird in the act of poisoning the toffee. Are you insinuating that the witness in the old man's story was a fate as well? It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but it's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening. The dough. I already said that the mirror was a fabrication, an untruth, a lie. And if that's true, it means that this guy is a liar. And it also means that he's a perpetrator. That's right. Well, witness, if your restaurant really wanted to see them shut the clips, you would have known about it, correct? Yeah. This seemed most difficult for me. Ha. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath after all. Was there in fact a phony at 3 p.m. that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the truth about what happened. The defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day. In the restaurant, your victim, monitoring your eld, aimed to my restaurant alone. I remember your old man arriving not long after him. There were no other customers. When he got up, he won the lottery. Mr. Eld became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later, yet a poisoning incident yet occurred. None, there was no time for a phony to do your acting. So you choose to lie again. Just so we're clear, there's no mirror in the restaurant after all. Yeah, demands a pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted your mess to be cleared up clearly. So you lied. You fabricated the existence of a mirror. 1. How did you come up with that lie? 2. Who decided that it was your place to decide how quickly this mess gets cleaned up? You have no authority or no responsibility or obligation to make sure this mess is cleaned up quickly. 2. Okay, so you lied. Hey, everybody, this guy lied about a mirror. And I don't know if it's just me, but this guy's reason for lying sounds fucking dumb. Are we gonna believe this, guys? Do we not have a credibility meter? Why am I the only one who has a mirror, who has a point system? A point meter. What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I will decide how to punish you later. I will probably give you a very hard slap on the wrist. For now, we will hear your cross-examination, if you please. He took that perjury charge a bit too well. But I'm guessing he'll be in much more serious punishment after this cross-examination. I think I'm gonna give him L. You're a bit dumb, Monflin your L came to my restaurant alone. Oh wait, I'm supposed to actually click on them now. Was he alone at his table as well? Monflin your Alice, I saw them from the kitchen. Yet the defendant, Maddie, remembers it differently. She claimed that there was another man at the victim's table. Oh my god. Ha! Unfortunately for you, Wright. Yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. You know, seeing you should learn reminds me of a certain toffee's bittersweet bite. What type of toffee has he been drinking? It's not toffee. It's yum. It's yum's that bittersweet. Hearing Maddie say that, hearing Maya say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden. Okay. By old man, you mean Victor Tudo, correct? He comes out for my special toffee. I drank your toffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience. Oh, you made me so happy, Monsignor. You are most welcome anytime. Huh. I said it was worth one sip, and nothing more. So old man Tudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. Out of curiosity, about what time was it that Mr. Tudo arrived? Oh no, I cannot remember, Monsignor. I believe we were told by another witness yesterday. Okay. Did that perhaps jog your memory, witness? Oh, yes, it does. I remember now. It was the exact time you just told me. I think the incident occurred 20 minutes after he arrived. So the victim must have arrived between 2 and 2:10, no? Just after 2, huh? Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, Monsignor. You are wonderful. I can't sit here all the time and do nothing, can I? Yes, you can. The time of day will be added to the witness testimony. Monsignor Judge, everything I do it for you. Monsieur Boniflorn. That's French, isn't it? I'm glad one person is in a good mood. He's even humming a song to himself. Crazy. Are you absolutely sure about the time? Well, I think really hard about it. I am sure it was just after 2. It was the time I thought serving the menu. Quite right. I always wait for lunch. when restaurants are serving their specials. I've been known to wind up a taste early just to make it on time. You shouldn't do that. Haha. I guess you should never get a hungry... I guess you should never stand between a hungry judge and his lunch. Oh, hey. Did you know that I think I heard this one time, but I heard that one of the worst times to like be on a trial in front of a judge who is deciding your fate is before they eat. Because if they, like, a judge is a person, and they get hungry. And when they're hungry, they're more irritable. They're more, like, easily upset. They're more sensitive to, like, negative stimuli. So, of course, like, they're more prone to not be as lenient as they once are normally. So, you should never, if your taste, you should never have your taste when the judge is like, when the judge hasn't eaten yet. Like, if it's just before lunch, or like just before dinner or something, that's a bad time, because they're more susceptible to their own hunger pains. You ever hear the term hungry? Or hangry? That's serious. Oh, will you look at this? It's almost lunchtime already. Fucked. We're fucked, we're fucked. Witness, get on with your testimony, please. The judge is hangry. You would know of our customers and... You know what? I, myself, am gonna take my own plate right now. Okay, everybody, we are back. There were no other customers. So your only customers were Mr. Tudo and the victim. How many times do you need to ask the same thing, Wright? You never catch me drinking the same blend twice. Huh? Are you telling me that you drink 17 cups every trial, and they are all different variants? That's fucking crazy. You're trying to establish the presence of a phony victim in the restaurant. But you're wasting your time. You can't drive Bercy to make coffee if you catch my drift. But there's a hole in the testimony somewhere. I'm sure of it. Yeah, I'm very certain. Sorry, I'm using my hand. I burned myself, and I'm trying to see if I can find the burn. Did you see him? Nah, I was in the kitchen, but I heard him. I remember him shouting, "Yes, $500,000. Presumably the defendant heard that too, then, correct? Matty? See, you're like a poor, lost-fighting dub. What about Mr. Tudo? Your old man choked on some birdseed that got in his throat. Huh. It seems like we have yet another incident on our hands. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning had occurred. And what were you doing at that point? Without any customers, you would have had time to tell. I am a multi-talented woman, Monsignor. I'm sorry, what do you mean? There is the renowned chef Jean Armstrong and the tragic poet Clarice Armstrong. Clarice. I was writing a poem. An angry poem about a chef in $500,000 of debt. Cooking for a man who won $500,000 lottery ticket. That sounds incredibly suspicious. It is called Parum. It means why. Perhaps I could recite it for your tour. Please don't. Please don't. There was no time for me to do some acting. You mean you contacted the police as soon as the incident occurred? I asked your old man to call from your payphone. By your own argument, Wright. The purpose of this phony victim performance was so the old man would see it. In other words, once the incident occurred, this opportunity would completely disappear. Indeed. Beyond, it seems the shadow of the doubt had been lifted. Has it not? I guess Mr. Armstrong is connected to this case, huh? Absolutely. Someone was impersonating Mr. Glenn Eld, and I refuse to believe he was oblivious. He was there the whole time, after all. But if you're right, wouldn't Maddie have noticed too? Well, no, okay. If we are saying that there are two performances, and that one of them is fake, and one of them is real, then obviously, all we have to say is that Maddie Bird and the old man were at one performance, while the chef was at both. Yeah, obviously, one of the experiences is real, one is fake. Maddie saw the real one, and the old man saw the fake one. That's all we need to say. One had to have happened first. She fell unconscious when the incident occurred. Here's how I see it. The real incident happened first. Because otherwise, how would the phony get an earpiece or an eyepiece? The only way it could have happened was if the real one was killed, they took his clothes, they put it on somebody else, and that's how it happened. Aha, you mean that when the phony sedated his act? We'll know for sure once I find a hole in this testimony. Your victim, Monsieur Eld, came to my restaurant alone. True. Maybe. Okay. Just 5 minutes. Oh, I actually don't know. Oh. Oh. Oh! Oh! Oh ho ho, I feel bad I almost didn't get it myself. But now I know. Ho 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 ho. I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. Plausible? What do you mean? At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers for the $500,000 lottery ticket. That must have been the show Monsieur Eld was listening to. I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright. How about you let me finish, Judge? It will all become transparent. I wonder. You say that the victim arrived in your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct? I am yes sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it was the time because I had just finished serving a young menu. Get to the point, like, if you have one. That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30? Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it announced that he had won. Ha! And yet, I don't believe his cries of joy could have returned after 2 p.m. because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point. No! This victim we've been told about had done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching the show that had already... Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching the show that was already over. There's only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Beat that to dough. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elms in Trabian on that day. The real Glen Elm, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer. And the phony Glen Elm acting out the event for Mr. Tudo to witness. Sure you seem that way. Objection? I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain the time discrepancy? He walked it late. Slate the performance, Slate. You were almost on a roll. Huh? But sadly, you lacked the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song. What is this, Music Theory 101? Yes, recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. The phony elm be performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Tudo. How do you explain then where the real Glen Elm is? He dead. He dead. He could be anywhere. He could literally be anywhere. Why did this matter? He could be in the dumpster out back. He could have been under a table. He could literally be anywhere in the world. Why did this matter? Yeah, I could say that he was in the kitchen. I could say that his body was put into a car and driven 1,000,000 miles away. What did this do? What did this prove? Sure, his body has to be somewhere, but where the body is now doesn't matter to my theory. I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at this time the real Glen Elm was already dead. That's certainly the obvious conclusion. Thank you, Slate. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. What? Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours? Can you explain where the missing corpse went off to? The dough. My proof is everything we've done so far. My proof is the earpiece. My proof is Victor Tudo's testimony. My proof is that St. Armstrong has lied so many times to all of us. My proof is everything I've been doing for the last couple minutes. Everything I've been doing to tear apart lies and mistruths, that is my evidence. By knocking down lies, I have revealed the truth. I have proven what this evidence actually proves. The toffee top. The reason why it was weirdly held and why Tudo saw it a different way, that's because it was fate. That's why. It explains the contradiction between Glenn Elf's autopsy and whatever this liar is telling us. My evidence is everything I've been saying. Can you explain where the missing torch went to? The missing torch? According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer then. If that customer was the phony Glenn Elf, then where did the real killer hide the body of the real victim? The prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination, you must provide us proof by answering the prosecutor's question. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. I was saying that the body could be 1,000,000 miles away, but it can't. It has to be able to come back. So okay, so it can't be anywhere. It can't be anywhere. But still, does it really matter where it was as long as it can come back? Yes, Your Honor. No conjecture tonight. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden. Evidence? What's with the intense pressure in here all of a sudden? I thought I had him with that contradiction. But he's turned it all back. He turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. I mean, not really. Our theory still holds the water, even if we can't prove where the body is. It doesn't change everything we've found so far. Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where would the body of the real Glenn Elf contained? One minute. Clearly, there was no place to hide a body inside Clay BM. Therefore, the killer must have hauled the body outside. I see. Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? I cannot, because I do not think there's the right answer. Too bad. I don't think you'll ever be able to grasp the heart of rock and roll. What are you talking about? She means that your evidence is irrelevant, Mr. Wright. Come on, man. You've got to take this through. Feel the beat, then hit him with some heavy metal. Okay, I need to calm down and get my facts straight. What should I do? I am gonna rewind time so that I didn't make a mistake. It would be too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside of Clay BM. Interesting. But where could the body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court out on these plans, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. The exact location where the body was concealed is here. It's the only place that isn't open to the public. The body was hidden here. I see. Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location? No, no. No, no. No, no. No, no. No, no. Let's get that to what I think the real answer is right now. It's this. It was found in the kitchen. Presumably, I suppose the explanation is that the body was carried off and the bottle was on the guy's person. I presume that's the answer. Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle? No, no, no. I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. And yet another lie. I only use the very best bottles, Mother Flimsore. I totally only for me. Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Trey Bien. What? Clodagh? But I ever only use these for my aromatherapy oils. But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medicine. What kind of medicine? I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. L visited an oncological clinic and was given medicine that day. You can't be serious. Oh, I am serious. Not only am I serious, I had your detectives prove it. The contents of the bottle have been analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of the bottle match the blood description given to Mr. L. Oh. Glenn L's murderer hid the body in the kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Mother Flimsore deal. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maddie Bird. You were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back. No! Order! This is an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Glenn L? No, he didn't. But I'm sure that if it was between him or himself, I'm sure he'd be willing to give up now. You'll give him up, won't you? Never! I could not do such a horrible thing. No! Mr. Doe. The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down the mud. That's one of my rules. You have the slightest idea how many tops you've had by now? Then I like to do the same thing to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. I'm gonna beat him over the head with this piece of porcelain. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear, my H-deficient friend? Yeah, demand a pudding. You must eat me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Monflin, your flavor. Yo, bless you, Nua. Mr. Armstrong and Monflin, your is friends. Damn, he told you out. You don't know Flint so well as you think you do. I'm only gonna ask once. Did you do it? No! Absolutely no! Yet hear it! You've got one shot. Right, Glamps? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Ditto Toffee Mud awaits you. As does my gavel. I am gonna beat you over the head with this piece of wood. Oh, wait, it is clear. What do they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this. Isn't this good? We're getting to the truth. Very well. Begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong. The confession. It is true. I hid your body in your kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason which I could not refuse. But I did not kill him, I swear. You must believe me. You were forced. By who? I cannot say, or I will be erased. Murdered. You would be murdered. Let's try a different question then. When Mr. L died, was he really the only person at his table? There was. There was another man. I knew it. Maddie was telling the truth. Obviously she was. Maya, she is our client. We will always believe them. You may try to examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. There's just one more thing I need to do. I'm gonna blink this guy. And get him to tell us the name of the real killer. It is true that I hid the body in the kitchen. Did you carry the body by yourself? I carried him, and I carried Maddie too. Maddie too? When she saw the victim collapse, she fainted. Stop showing this image, you're making me feel things. I could not leave her here. But why do you hide the bodies? A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. What man? Who was he? No, I cannot say. I fear for my life. If we convict you instead of him, you could get life in prison. Or you could get the death penalty. I don't know what the limits are in this country. You could die or go to jail forever. Forever is forever. He's really sedated. You're gonna have to put the words in his mouth, Nick. Yeah, you're right. If you won't tell me, I'll tell him. But why would you go along with this man? I wonder if I could just present something right now. Give me a minute. Okay, go here. Because we know what the reason is. I wonder what happens if we present the reason. Oh, yeah, it worked. You have a $500,000 debt, don't you? $500,000? Is it true, Mr. Armstrong? We yet to do the Buddha, but I don't know, man. I was weak, and I should borrow your money. This is Mr. Armstrong's Achilles heel. Why you couldn't refuse anything asked of you by this man. A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. You had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you. It is as you say. Mr. Armstrong. You're tighter. He told me that I was going to use, that he was going to use my business, my record, for a business rendezvous. On your day in question, he was meeting with your victim to demand repayment on his loan. I don't know why it happened like this. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. We all have a choice. I carried your body and your unconscious matter out of your dining area and into your kitchen. After, I just tried to protect what I hadn't even seen. I think we can all safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Filio Tidley. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison in the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron. Was that your doing as well? No, I know nothing about that. Maybe it was Maddie who had done it. I was not. It is despicable. Mr. Dado. You will summon this Filio Tidley as a witness. I doubt that this can be arranged today. So we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow. What? 30 minutes. What? The trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get this guy on the sedan. Not a minute more. How the... Don't sit back and react yet, Wright. No one knows if the chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial's a dildo either way. I was about to say something to the effect of, hey, why am I still here? This obviously proves that Maddie didn't do it. This guy is literally spilling the beans. He said he carried the unconscious Maddie bird. What are we doing here? But yet, I feel like, why would he admit to a falsehood if it wasn't the truth, right? Yeah, I'm sure you could say, oh, maybe he's lying again. But why would he tell this lie? If he was lying, why wouldn't he lie that Maddie had done it? Why would his lies be about a new person? It doesn't make sense. But you know what? I guess the game has to go on. We will resume once Mr. TJ is ready on the stand. Until then, tour is adjourned for a 30-minute recess. Okay, guys, and I'm pretty sure that is a fitting place to take a lunch break. Because I am actually hungry, guys. I am a person. Okay, and we will play right now. Okay, everybody, we are back with the second half of the finale of Recipe for Turnabout. So, we're finally going to see the tiger on the stand. We've almost got this case 1 now, Nick. I wish I could agree. Huh? When I trusted Jim and Armstrong just now. He said he was just doing what the tiger told him to do. But the doe picked up on it, remember? He pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what he testified is the truth. Okay, this seems a pretty easy thing to solve. All we need to do is have Bayayetta testify that he did it. Because she was in on it, remember? But here is the thing. Bayayetta may have been in on it as a co-conspirator, but here's the thing. There are 2 ways this is gonna go for her. Either she tells us the truth in court, or we tell the truth in court without her. Either way, she's going to get found out. She is going to get in trouble. So, would she rather help us bring down the mastermind and hopefully get a lighter sentence? Because here's the thing. Bayayetta didn't actually commit murder. The tiger committed murder. All she did was put a powder in a drink. The phony I assume that the phony survived. So, yeah, she didn't actually kill anybody, so her sentence would probably be a lot shorter than his. You mean, you think Armstrong was lying? No. I don't know, but if that's beyond the prosecution tapes, we could be in trouble. I get the feeling we don't have the case-making evidence we're gonna need. Hey, pals! Oh shit, why are you mad? I almost got it in the bag. Detective Gumshoe. What are you so jumpy about, Detective? Your hair should stand on end. Hey, that's the pot pulling the kettle black, you little top knot. You little Miss Top Knot. It's not a top knot. Never mind about the hair. Just calm down, alright? I can't sit there still when I don't have a job to do. I get time to round up. Ah, no kidding. You gotta have something for me to do, pal. Anything. Well, hey, I'm gonna take the John back down to the police station. I can take some plate anti for you if you got an hour. An hour? The trial will be reconvened by then. But, Nat, we still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right? True. But without some kind of club part to get out of the bag, we really should not. You said you did some fingerprint analysis done in an hour? You bet. In that case, would you check the prints on my badge? I'm joking. I'm pretty sure it's this, right? If you're going back to the sedation anyway, could you find out whose prints are on this? Oh, hey. That's the same bottle. That's the small bottle I gave back to you this morning, right? Yeah, I think it's time we solve the mystery of who the prints on it belong to. Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's been gnawing at me too. Small bottle given to Detective Gumshoe. Okay, I'll get this off to the lab right away. Just make sure you don't use the tape before I get back. Oh, they're kind of like, the last finale we had. What was it? The one where we had to sit over time, the whole trial? This is pretty much the final showdown, I guess. It's time to separate the phonies from the real guys. January 8th, 1:50 something p.m. Court will now reconvene, Mr. Dedeaux. Did you find this Celio TJ? Haha, I even tamed him for you. It was a really tough job, no problem. Were the tops for you or for him? Tamed him? That guy's name may be Celio TJ, but come on. He's pretty lively. Be careful, he still bites. So you haven't tamed him? Very well, please show Mr. TJ to the sedan. Oh shit. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Don't hide under the table, Maya. Don't hide under the table, Maya. Oh yes, it will bring me down there too. Well, would you mind? What do you say to me? Nothing. I didn't say nothing on it. Who to the death that I feel would induce a bad blunt accent into the judge? I'm not business to take care of, you hear? So who the hell told me into this hole? Was it you, Spikey? No, of course not. It was the judge. Oh no. Your Honor. Oh dear, I seem to have dropped my pen. Where on earth is it? Don't mind me, just carry on with proceedings as normal. That's it, we're doomed. Maybe you didn't hear me. I asked who the hell it was who told... I asked who the hell was it that told me into this place. There's no need to shout. We can all hear you. What do you say? There's no point struggling. You're caught in a snare. The relentless snare of the law. And I'm the one who hauled you in. Yeah, what are you gonna do, punk? You're in a courthouse. Even if you intimidate us, we have guns. We have a bailiff who can shoot your ass. You can't do nothing. Too cool. Don't you have done the better of you net? Yeah, start with the basics. You know about the incident in question, correct? Incident? I don't know nothing about no stinking incident, math boy. You mean you didn't attend the previous trial of Maddie Bird? Maddie who? I've got more important thing to do than watch courtroom dramas. Of course, well, perhaps you could give us your testimony then. Please tell us about what you did on the day of the murder. Seen it, right? You're the one who set this up, didn't you? You's gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's fur. You hear what I'm saying? Maybe I should have brought a diaper with me today. god, we're such a fucking user. We're a wimp. Then it drip net. How about I drip you and pull you back up here? The Tiger's alibi. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent all the time in my office. I thought whales lined up to borrow cash from Tender Yender every single day. Hey, I have a question. So, yeah, how does a business like Tender Yender make money? Yeah, okay, I know that they make money by, after, you have to pay us back more than we gave you. And if you don't pay it back on time, you owe us more money. So that's kind of how they make back money. But, initially, where does your business, Tender Yender, get their money from? Because they have to have money initially before they can start handing it out to people and getting money back. So, where do they get that money? Do they have to get it from, another business? Is it given to them by somebody? Or do the owners have to provide their own funds? But, a bank. I don't know. If any of you know, you can tell me down below. You want to check my alibi? Just ask Valletta. Would she agree with you? Oh, yes, they finally found my pen. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. What is it? Please, witness, if you could refrain from shouting like that. I know the kind of games that guy in the blue suit plays. That yo-life ain't no lawyer. He just punches away a stupid detail till he wins. Yo-life? Me? Listen up, Smarty. Every time you ask me something that doesn't relate to this case, I'm gonna bill you $500 and use that to borrow the cash from me. That's one loan contract I refuse to sign. And don't think it ain't gonna hurt when you tangle with the tiger. I'm okay with that arrangement. I love a good spectator support. Just a minute. That you really not. The witness is... how can I put it? A hungry tiger roaming the urban jungle. Then on his bad side, if he'll bite everyone's heads off, yours too. But very well, I have no choice but to impose a penalty system here. You better be listening. I said I got business to take care of. Big business. If I don't split now, I ain't gonna touch my boss. What the fuck? The court will impose a penalty for any irrelevant question of the witness's testimony. Keep that in mind as you begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Okay, I can nail it in 1. I can nail it in 10. I'm out from under there already, would you, Maya? Oh, my nose hurts, now. I'm gonna take another plate. And yet, go on. Okay. The tiger's alibi. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up. Oh, wait. Oh, I did it. I actually did the flash. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December. Spent all my time in my office. I got whales lined up to borrow. What do you mean whales? That kind of confusing. But I already know what the answer is. It is this, because we actually do have proof that he had business with somebody. This. Oh my god. Okay, how would that not the right answer? I am so confused. But really, that wasn't right. Okay, maybe I have to plus it. Are you sure about that? We're talking about 1 month ago here, you know? You see these teeth? That's how sharp my secretary is. Sharp? Is she talking about Marietta Tadabarini? She writes everything in my schedule. December, mainly in the office. That's what it says. So that's where I was. I assume you have to have her, schedule. God, our judge is a baby. Can I have like a more confident judge? I don't know, maybe one who wields the hammer like an actual weapon? Because he always says that he didn't do that, but he never does it. I want a judge who's not willing to fling that gavel hard. I don't know. Maybe that's impossible. There he goes again. What the Tiger did in December isn't the issue. What's important is what he was doing on the day of the murder. So now what? Press harder. Oh my god. What you want? If you wouldn't mind going into a bit more detail. There's a dead end fight and you know it. Remember the rules. Shut up. No, it's essential that we establish the witness's alibi accurately. I agree. The victim was killed on December 3rd. Were you in the office that day too? Maybe you ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set a foot outside. I had meetings all day with a bunch of cats who wanted to do business with me. I had never seen the young kid before. Oh, you're dead now. I do believe the witness's last statement was important. If you could please. Mr. TJ, the court asked you to add that last statement to your testimony. Don't let an animal beat you. Be a man, Your Honor, and ask him yourself. Okay, they're perfect. Now there's how we do it. I really like how it's a horse racing calendar too. Mr. TJ, you claim you didn't know Mr. Glenn Eld, but it appears that Mr. Eld knew you. What? What? Mr. Eld left a little note on his calendar. Meet with the Tiger. And the date? December 3rd. That's the day of the murder. So, Mr. TJ, I submit that you did in fact know one Glenn Eld. Because on the very day of the incident, you met with him. What's he gonna say? Maybe he was talking about an actual tiger. That'd be hilarious. Not bad. You actually not bad. Sorry? I was just messing around with you to see how good you were. Did you hear that, man? He said you're not bad. That's one compliment I could do without. Plus, he's lying through his teeth. Witness, please remember you are under oath. Lies will not be tolerated. You were calling me a liar? Is that what you was doing? What, well? So you're saying that your claim to have never seen the tip before is the truth? I said I'm dead serious. You better believe that truth. then I'd say that gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic. That is, will you testify for the tour again, Mr. TJ? Oh, yeah, would you mind indulging the tort, witness? He never actually met the victim? That's got to be a lie, right? The time I nailed this guy. Right in his pee-pee. The victim, Glenn Eld. I ain't no liar. I never met Glenn Eld. There was some lame guy with that name, though. Wanted to borrow cash from me. I set up a meeting with the guy at my office, Tender Yender. I waited around for him, but he ain't never showed. I never even been to Clay BN joint, you hear? Okay. What proves that you went to Clay BN? I see. That all seems perfectly logical. You had arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up. I've heard it pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Didn't I tell you I'm not a big deal going down today? I ain't gonna make my bus now. I'm gonna have to take the express train. One as powerful as my fist. That bill is going straight to you, right? The victim, Glenn, okay. So, I think what I need to do more than anything is go here, because this feels unrelated, but I think it's perfectly related, but, you know what, I'm gonna press it. Never! Not even once! Not even once! I was in my office the day that went down. I didn't put no poison in no kid's cup. To peace? Do you think he really didn't meet with Glenn Eld? Maya, do you not believe in Maggie Bird? Not yet, ye. Because I'm convinced this guy behind the whole thing. So you mean the whole testimony he just gave was a lie? Who ever heard of such a concept? Of course. So that means we can't afford to give him time to think of ways to plug the leaks in. I'm gonna nail him while I still can. Okay. Wait, I thought I did it. Didn't I do it? That's weird. You know how about I do it again? Hold it. Never. Not even once. Not even once. I was in my office the day it went down. Oh yeah, no, I read it. Okay. So I know what to do now. Okay. I just didn't have a lot of dialogue in it, so I kind of forgot about it. But I'll just go to the end. And I'll just say present evidence now. No. We should look for stuff that we found in the office. Well, that was obvious enough. Mr. TJ, is there something you'd like to tell the tort about these matches? Matches? What are you talking about? We found them in your office at Tender Yender. They're from that restaurant. What? If you really never been to Trabian before, then what was the book of the restaurant's matches doing on your desk? You've been snooping around my stuff too now, wise guy? What are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no blonde controlling me. What are you talking about? There is a blonde who's controlling you. A Violetta. Order. Well, witness. I was about to say waitress. I think the time you should start telling us the truth, don't you? He can't tell the truth, he'll go to jail. Sorry, I'm terribly sorry. Please forgive me. I ain't no pussycat. I don't go back on what I said. But okay, I was at the joint that day. So you are going back on it. What? But you should do it, alright? I might have been there, but I still never met the kid. That's dumb. Why would we believe you? You already told 2 fundamental lies. Well. You look like an order just came out by another testimony. We're really getting into the whole waiter vibe. I'm this close to proving it was him. He did meet Glenn L that day. And he did put poison in his cup. He must have. That's très bien. So why did you go to très bien if it wasn't for that? I was supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. The guy was laid out over the table, stiff as pond sleep. I figured it's a place when you're already hot. It was gonna be, so I split. So you came late. I heard the top sirens on my way out and went straight back to my office. Okay. Wait, but how would you get the matches then? Like, the whole reason why you were forced to admit that you went to très bien was because you got the matches. Are you telling me that you walked into the restaurant, saw what was happening, decided to leave, and before leaving, you looked at the restaurant, found the matches somewhere, took them, and then ran out? Like what you did. You did that. Okay? No, that's totally reasonable. People would do that. I see. So in the end, you didn't actually meet with him, then. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Hold it! If I wait here any yonder, I ain't even gonna make the normal express. No more stupid questions. Ha! No problem. Okay, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Mr. Tiger. You may be some sort of really cool crime boss who owns money or whatever, but here's the thing. You don't have any power in this place. This is literally a den of the y'all. So I don't know where you get the idea that you can just order people around it here. Well, I mean, okay, maybe you can. Maybe you can order those people around. Because they're idiots. They're idiots who are scared of you because you're big and strong. But the bailiffs aren't scared of you. You know why they aren't scared of you? They have fucking guns. They have guns. They can murder you. So yeah, you have no power to actually leave. You can pretend that you do. And you can pretend to put pressure on me. But you don't have any power here. Anytime slight pressure you on something irrelevant, I'll see to it that he pays a penalty. Mr. Doe. That's my job. I want to do that. Your job is to slam that your hammer of yours and call a guilty verdict. So do it. Yeah, sure. The express train isn't cheap, right? Just so you know, you're paying. Oh, man. Doesn't the rule of y'all mean anything around here? Okay, so, mental prediction. What could it be? I was supposed to meet with that kid at the restaurant. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. Well, I feel like If I press, I'm dead in trouble. Sorry, went really back to my office. But yeah, I don't even know where it could be. Wait, were you just found in your office, or? Because here's the thing, he actually didn't answer what I said. This one? Oh. Maybe? Or I saw one ugly scene. What? Was it this? Oh wait, did you tell me what time he entered? No, it doesn't actually give me a time. Oh, but an ugly scene. What do you mean? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, just give me a penalty. Or your guts, well, you're the inside of a chimney. Ashen. Don't make me burn you with them in the right. You shouldn't have planned on that. Oh, fuck you. Okay, fuck. Okay, so... what could it be? Because I honestly don't know. It can't be. I don't think there's any of these. What? I actually don't know what it could be, guys. Because he isn't wrong. If he, obviously, yes, there was an ugly mess at the scene. But he didn't give us a time. Maybe if he said that, oh, at this time, I saw one ugly scene. But he just says that afternoon, and that is not enough to, base a thing off of. Don't do that. Do here. Is it this? But, oh, come on, really? Are we gonna say that your banister kept him from seeing it? That's kind of weak, I'm gonna admit, because they don't actually allow us to see death. There's another thing. If you're gonna make a remake of this game, I know that the Nintendo Switch is capable of handling 3-dimensional objects. So I am not convinced that you couldn't make this image 3D and have it be so that you can see what somebody here would see. So if you made it 3D, I could see the height of an object. Because for all I know, those tables are really tiny. So it's something of a young connecting pro, aren't you, Mr. Tiger? So I need to write my nose. Pro Tiger. Nobody think the Tiger's clutches. Well, I'm searching, but I'm something. Well, I'm something of a lie detecting pro. And no one escapes the Phoenix's clutches. I think the time we got something straight. What's that, Wright? A new irrelevant line of questioning? These are the floor plans of the scene of the crime. You say that you were standing here at the entrance. From there, your field of vision would have covered this. Indeed, the witness would have had a clear view of the victim's seat. Isn't that what I just said? I saw the back of his head. Ha! Unfortunately for you, that is impossible. If the court would think that, you'd remember that between each of the tables is a tall partition. Why, that's true! Now look at the plans again. The truth is painfully clear. From the entrance, the field of view of any customer walking in ends here. So from the entrance of Trabian, you couldn't have seen the victim's seat. But you did see the victim that day, because you met with him. What? Wrong. Have you forgotten the... What? That he didn't see anyone? Dude, I already explained my hypothetical version of events. This guy wasn't there at that point. This guy wasn't there yet. He comes later on. He sees a fake version of it later in the day. Yeah, I'm not even identify that. But the defense just proved that point to be moot. The victim witnessed by Mr. Tudo was not Glenn Eld, but a fake. What? How did I completely forget your line of the object? Look! It's all the coffee. It burned my brain open. In order to have Mr. Tudo falsely testify, the real killer posed as the victim he had just killed and acted out a charade. I'm sorry, what? Are we honestly saying that this guy managed to pose as this guy? Not your best point, Phoenix. Not your best point. That will do. The trial had gone on long enough without an obvious question being asked. Answer. Who exactly was the real killer who impersonated the victim? Come on. Why are we shocked? You say the killer murdered Glenell and then impersonated his victim in a performance for Mr. Tudo. In that case, Mr. Wright, please reveal the identity of this criminal to the court. Come on, are we all dead here? Just be true. The real killer is Felio TJ. No one else could have done it. What? What? Well, witness? No, that's cute. No, that's cute. Usually you pin this on the tiger? Maybe you don't understand. The tiger in the chain of the jungle. So I dare you to say it again. Come on, you got the guts. You can't threaten me, Mr. Tiger. It's the defense. Go ahead and tell the witness, Mr. Wright. Damn, even I disappeared. Mr. Wright! Sound to me as it must be you, old man. You got the ducks, I'll give you that. Mr. Wright, don't leave me to handle this alone. Ha. Perhaps I can end this embarrassment. Mr. Donnell? Let's just go back over what Mr. Tudo... Let's just go back over Mr. Tudo's testimony one more time. The old man didn't just see the victim. Oh, no. The surveyor brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. There's no nothing about it. She very conspicuous. She put some Wright powder in there. Was the victim he saw the real victim or not? That doesn't matter. The fact remains he saw the accused put poison in the coffee. Yes, it was the waitress who poisoned the... Very impressive, Mr. Donnell, waiting for my absence to launch your attack. Ha! Found your pen at last, tonight. It was in my pocket. but anyway, Mr. Tudo witnessed two people that day. She saw the victim, the supposed Glen Eld, and the waitress from behind. Yes, your point, Mr. Wright? I think the conclusion is obvious. If this Glen Eld was really the killer in disguise, then surely it's possible the waitress was also a part of the show. What? You mean the waitress was an imposter as well? The defendant, Matty Bird, fell unconscious immediately after the incident. And someone used her fainting as a hat to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murder on her. Who on earth was it? Sorry, Marietta, but you did do bad stuff. Who is this woman? Her name is Marietta Tadabarini. She is an employee of Tender Yender. You making a big mistake. Don't you know who Marietta's grandfather is? You better be going home in an armored truck tonight, if you know what I mean. Stop saying that. Where was I? Yes, the defendant, Miss Bird, had sedated the following. Well, when I took the toffee over to the victim's table, it flew that there was another customer in the restaurant. She was sort of sleepy, and she had kind of a tackle in the eye. There are just too many contradictions in this case. The second man at the victim's table who nobody but Miss Bird seems to have seen. The earpiece worn by the victim in the left ear when that eardrum was ruptured. And the radio show she was supposedly listening to half an hour after it was over. There is one logical explanation that clears up all of the contradictions. The whole incident took place twice, once for real and once for show. And Mr. Furio Tigre, the only person who could have committed the crime, is you! Witness, what have you got to say? That's cute. What? He's not beaten yet? Sorry? You's alright. I could deal with a guy like you around. What do you mean? Okay, I'm in on the game. I'm gonna try to jet to get to my meeting now, but I'm gonna give you one more thing to think about before I go. Something to think about? You got it all wrapped up nice, huh? Right? But you missed out on one important thing. But that can't be. I was in a joint that day, and I met that kid too. So he died then. Why is he still here? Why can't we just convict him off this? But I couldn't have poisoned him, you hear? What? Do you really expect that to believe you now, Mr. P. Ha! What a troublemaker. Troublemaker? He's a criminal. You're gonna need another one for the road. One more demon hot top of testimony. Indeed. Witness, you will explain yourself to the court. I will give you one more chance to testify. What happened that day at the end between yourself and the victim? Yeah, I loaned Elle the cash, about $100,000. That day, we was due to have a chat. That kid had his payback date, you see? So anyway, he told me he's not nowhere to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy. I was about to murder him when he started screaming. Not about how I would have murdered him. That was unrelated. Yes, I won $500,000. He got yucky, you know? Real yucky. If that waitress had done what she done, everything would have been over. Okay? Why should we believe you? Now I see the principal amount you owed to Mr. Eld was $50,000. Yeah? Well, you got the vid to take into account. Interest builds up fast, you know? That's faster than fast. 100,000 is twice a principal. And the repayment deadline was December 3rd, the day of the incident in question. Yeah, he was one yucky kid. He done $500,000 just in time. So I ain't have no reason to kill the kid. And if I ain't got no motive, you ain't got no taste. Shit, he actually does have a bit of a point. If you're saying that this was a murder of monetary gain, and the ticket was never taken, then why would he commit this whole murder and then just hide the ticket on Maddie? That was his whole reason for committing the murder. Or at least it wouldn't be if we didn't know about MC Bomber. We'd have to figure out some way to blame it up. His motive? He has to have one, but what is it? So, do I build that penalty every time I press him? Okay, so... yes, I won $500,000. Okay, and everything I know what she did, everything would have been over. Oh, wait, oh, so the title would mean to let L to get his money back. If Mr. L had just given him the lottery ticket, that would have been the end of it. Yeah, so what's the title motive? The big one. If the L managed to undermine the testimony, it's all over for us. Why would he have poisoned L? And why did he owe him money in the first place? When he knew he couldn't repay him. That's a weird question. So anyway, he told me that he not know where to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy when he started screaming. Yes, I wanted $500,000. He got yucky, real yucky. Okay. Can I flash it? The waitress, you mean? The deal with the glasses in the defendant's chair. Who else could I mean? If she hadn't died in the way, everything would have been bada bing, bada boom, over and done. Ask what Maddie... we both know the answer to these questions. Ask what Maddie did. He is gonna say she murdered him. Ask how things would have been. He would have taken the ticket, and yeah, we know this. What do you mean things would have been over and done with? Are you all there or what? I'm talking about the cash. I was looking at my 1,000, but I don't care about money. Back. That's all. I'm a businessman. It was all coming together before that waitress got in the way. Is that right? Yeah, no. Oh wait, he added more. Okay, so, you know what? I'm gonna try to do it right here, right now. Okay. Okay, go here. Go to here. Go to... Where is it? Oh! Is this it? You just intended to get back the $100,000 Mr. Glenn Eld owed you. Correct? I owed the cash, so that's my right. Unfortunately, my Mr. Eld, I don't believe the $1,000 is really what you were after. What are you getting at, Wright? What else would a moneylender be after other than money? Oh, no. The moneylender was after money. But money in a totally different league. The kind of money that a single dish like this would affect. Wait, are we gonna have to explain to the judge what this is? I hate having to do that. What is that? A computer virus, Your Honor. A virus called MC Bomber. A computer virus? And what did one of those do? A computer virus is a program that wreaks havoc on the inside of a computer. What is a computer? What did one of those do? A computer. Oh my god! How did I get this? I think the beauty is the only part of His Honor that's from the Stone Age. I'll explain it to you later, Your Honor. Right now, this is the important part. A virus like MC Bomber would be worth several $1 million on the black market. Several million! Lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad for business. But in this case, the mere fact that Glenn Eld had no way to pay back the money is crucial. What? Glenn Eld was a programmer, a highly skilled programmer. That skill was the collateral that Mr. Eld put up in order to borrow the money. You're trying to suggest that the witnessing motive was to get hold of that program? Exactly. What? The witness may have poor fashion sense, but he is by no means an idiot, right? A man like him to get his hands on $1 million without resorting to murder. Are you sure about that? How do you know that? For a fact. Of course he could, provided he had time. But what if he needed money right then? When the pressure's on, the luxury of choice disappears. That's a good line. When the pressure's on, the luxury of choice disappears. That's good. It seems you have a logical conclusion for this theory, Mr. Wright. Would you care to share it with us? Oh, well, it's obvious. It's, the accident. In December of last year, you found yourself in need of a huge amount of money. About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car and a scooter, in which a young woman was hurt. She was taken to the hospital, where she underwent surgery. How did you know so much? These medical papers document the treatment of the young woman in question. According to these, her operation costs $1 million. And yet, when the payment was due last month, you somehow managed to pay it in full. $1 million, a preposterous sum. Someone should sue these HMOs. Ha! No one would pay a bill like that. If the medical association got wind of it, the hospital would end up dead as a morgue. I don't really know if that's how hospitals work, because aren't hospitals like known to drain money? Ha! But Mr. TJ had no choice but to pay, because his very life depended on it. Order! You say his very life depended on it, Mr. Wright? Indeed it did, simply because the young woman was none other than Viola Tadaverini. Did you say Tadaverini? Bluto Tadaverini, mob boss in charge of all underworld activities in the city, and doting grandfather to his precious Violetta, also known as Violet Tadaverini. Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation to the boss, correct? It makes sense. You were desperate to acquire the $1 million Bruno Tadaverini demanded of you. Damn, he's going hard on this shit. So desperate, in fact, you decided to sacrifice Glenn L's life to pay your debts. Am I going hard on the acting? I think I am. I think I'm going incredibly hard on this. But yeah, it's fun. And honestly, I don't have much to say since the game is pretty much wrapping up its own mystery right now. Like, this kind of like the end point. You know, like in every mystery story at the end where like the detective is just explaining everything to the audience and like the rest of the people in the story. This is kind of that moment. On the day of the murder, Mr. TJ's sole intent was to get his hands on this CD. Glenn L had no way of paying back the $100,000, and Mr. TJ knew it. But then a miracle happened. The time that Mr. TJ would prefer to say never happened, but he can't, and neither can I. The lottery win? Exactly. At the 11th hour, Mr. L won $500,000 in the lottery. With yet Mr. TJ with no way of getting his hands on the all-important CD. At least, no legitimate way. So he resorted to illegitimate means. That's crazy. He murdered Glenn L and then made his next move to flame Matty Birds for the climb. Mr. TJ posed as Glenn L, Well, Marietta Tadamerini played the role of Mrs. Bird. Miss Bird. And then they reenacted the whole thing in order to create a witness. The witness being the one we all heard testify yesterday. Mr. Richter Toto. What? What did you possibly say? Like I said, Wright, that's crazy. No one to pull off a stunt like this. Then how am I explaining it in perfect detail? Person. Yeah, fucking duh. Dude, what are we talking about here? Don't you remember about this? Where is it? Did you forget about this? Literally, like, Gene is also under the control of Tiger. This is not an argument. Of course, we know that the chef is a liar. He literally talked about it. I feel like at some point, I can't blame the dough for being dumb. I have to blame the writers for not considering this. Because, the dough doesn't seem like a dumb person. And it doesn't even feel like he's written to be dumb. We've seen dumb people before. But the dough doesn't feel like somebody who is intentionally dumb. It feels like the writers wanted to write him as a tool guy, but yet they had to have him be a bit of an idiot sometimes. Or a bit forgetful. But Mr. Armstrong was in on it from the very start, like I said earlier today. Yes, exactly. Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money too. $500,000 in fact. He had no choice but to go along with Mr. Teasley's plan. Sergeant, or something, I don't know. Ha 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 ha. You put on a good show, somebody. But if you want to stay alive in the yellow shark business, you gotta be careful. You say you got dressed up like that kid, created a witness, and framed someone. If I did something crazy like that, I'd even trail like blighting my shirt. You did. You did even trail. 1. You did a bad job impersonating him. You held the top in the wrong hand. 2, you put the earpiece in the wrong ear. 2, Matty Bird and Victor Tudo, the only 2 people who are completely unbiased, have 2 completely separate accounts of the situation. 3, Jane Armstrong was literally willing to sell you out. He may not have been willing to sell your name, but he totally unraveled your plot. And then, we have the other stuff you tried to lie about. Glenn Elb's calendar. The top. We have so much evidence. You didn't even trail I blighted your shirt. That's why we're here. That's why you're failing right now. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that. Maybe you aren't dumb, but when the pressure's on, you run out of opportunities. I agree. You do. Despite your appearance, you are very careful. That's why you took one more precaution. One more trick to make sure Miss Bird had no way out. Another one, Mr. Wright. It's gonna be good. Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Wright? What was the trick that... Sir? Wait a minute. What on earth is that? What an insult to anyone to be fooled by such a childish imitation. Poor dumbass. Consider yourself insulted, Your Honor. Mr. T.I.Enter. You didn't just pose as the victim in the day in question. A month ago, in this retort, you posed as me. What? That's the truth. But, the witness, nothing like you, Mr. Wright. I know, right? Although, now that I think about it, it was you, wasn't it? No doubt it was you, standing here in the court a mere month ago, defeating Wright, who put up the most disreputable, shabby defense I had ever seen. Can you prove that, Lamp? Can you prove that the attorney representing the accused here a month ago was this man? Are you prepared to take the stand to testify it was him? I have the fake badge. Can we just check the fake badge for fingerprints? No. Hey. Forget about it, hey? Huh? I wouldn't do something like that. Not me. You made a mistake, right? It was somebody else, huh? Have you no pride, sir? This isn't a matter of pride. In case you didn't know, Wright, in here, we deal with people's lives. I know that better than anybody. My client's life has been on the line this whole time. I know that better than you do. Mr. Deneau is right. Your Honor. Speaking for myself, I am absolutely convinced. The attorney in question was the witness standing here before me now. However, I preside over the court as the judge, with the power vested to hand down a verdict. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by a mere memory without evidence to support it. No! If the defense had no further evidence, the court will now adjudicate. What about literally everything else I've been saying? Literally, what about everything else? What about all the other stuff I brought up? This guy's only argument was, hey, I wouldn't leave a trail like that. And then I agreed with him. And then I told him about his one final trick. He didn't disprove any of my arguments. All he said was, I'm not stupid enough to do that. But he is stupid. I'm sorry, guys, but this guy didn't even need to appear in court. I'm pretty sure that he could have gotten away with it if he wasn't in court. Then somebody else would probably defend her. Doesn't this country have a pretty high rate of prosecutors winning? Like, then that defense attorney, I mean, I guess maybe she would tell the real us and that would be worse, I guess. They're dumb. The circumstances surrounding Mr. T today are dubious for sure, but not conclusive. Oh my god. But we've come so far. You say he impersonated Glen Elm. You say he impersonated you. But none of that adds up to a murder charge. You don't have a shred of evidence that proves the witness poisoned the victim's coffee. Shit. He's right about that one point. Ugh! I'm having a heart attack too. Ha! Shucks to be you, right? Don't mess with the tiger, or else you're gonna get mauled. You got that? All we managed to do here was chase him around a bit. But I was so close today to him to actually admit his guilt. Ha! 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 Yeah, I will be needing a refill. If I just had one more piece of evidence. One more piece of evidence. And maybe I could get Maddie off the hook. The witness's cross-examination is over. You are free to go, Mr. Tiger. Wait, what? Your Honor, sir. Wait! What is that? What is that badge you're holding? Detective Dumshoe. Sorry I told you on, pal. I should think out everything on this. My badge, it worked. So here it is. My heart's pounding on this too. What is it, Detective? Is it an obvious, pal? It's the final, decisive piece of evidence. And on that note, we are gonna take a bathroom break. Okay, guys, we are back, and yet do this. It's the final, decisive piece of evidence. What? What? Wait, what? We just cut out of that? Sorry it took so long, pal, but I finally got the results from the lab. The results? About the plague, pal, from this medicine bottle. Oh, so? Do you know who the plague's belong to now? Do you think I'm some kind of hack detective? Of course I know. So, tell us. They're the Tigers, right? I knew it. You bet. But how did this help us? He already said he was meeting him. What we need is we need proof that the tiger poisoned him. Could you get fingerprints on this bottle? Please? Ha, you bet. Clear crystal all over the bottle. The ethereal tea-laid paw prints, alright. That's great. We got it now, Ned. What's with you, Ned? You barely said a word since Detective Dumshoe got here. He laid out everything on the line for this, Ned. I know. Yo. I'm sorry. This is kind of hard to say, but it really doesn't make a difference whose plates are on that bottle now. Huh? Why not? What we need to produce at this stage in the trial is irrefutable evidence that the tiger put poison in Glen Elm's coffee. He's already admitted that he met the victim. The fact that his planes are on the bottle, that really doesn't make a difference now. I knew it. Great. No matter how hard I try, I'm never of any use. Hey, don't be so hard on yourself. This was our last chance to help Maddie. And, I've been working on some useless piece of evidence this whole time. It's alright. I'm a real user, and not blatant new to me, pal. Detective Dumbshoe. Maddie? You've been working on something? For me? Sorry I let you down, Maddie. I know you didn't do it. And I'm a detective. We're supposed to be able to prove shit up like that. I'm real sorry. I'll have your hand out. Wait! Detective Dumbshoe. He's gone. Is there anything we can do now, Ned? I wish there was. Dumbshoe worked so hard to get that evidence. If only there was some way I could use it. Small bottle. The victim's ear meditation. Covered in Ethereal TJ's fingerprints. Put in the pocket. Wow. Okay. That was a really good scene. And I liked it for two reasons. One, it's actually one of the most emotional scenes we've had about Dumbshoe. Because yeah, everybody does consider him a user. In the universe, and also kind of out of universe from what I've heard. So it actually feels kind of meaningful to have him say that he knew it, but he wanted to actually help. He wanted to do this, and he wasn't able to do it. I mean, maybe his evidence will help us, but, not in the initial way he thought it would. So that actually feels incredibly meaningful for, Detective Dumbshoe's character. He knows how other people perceive him, and he is a hard worker. And another thing I liked about that scene is that it shows that Phoenix actually knows what he's doing, right? From what I've heard, people think that Phoenix Wright is kind of a buffoon who kind of bluffs his way through a lot of the trials and is just able to get enough of the perps to just get them to confess eventually. But in that scene, he knew exactly what he needed to prove. He knew that, oh hey, this bottle, it doesn't really do anything right now. Its purpose as evidence doesn't really hold weight anymore. And he knows what he actually needs to win the trial. I mean, sure, the dough kind of spelled it out for him, but still, I think it really does show how much he's improved as an attorney. He's not just being oh, maybe this will help us later. He does know what he needs sometimes. Maybe not all the times, but he's getting there. He certainly is. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? I granted you a recess, so you to prepare this decisive evidence you've discovered. Yes. Ha! Don't keep us all in suspense, Wright. Show us. Naturally. We can all assume it's evidence that will actually stand up in court, can't we? Think, Phoenix. Don't let Dumbshoe's hard work go to waste. How much more of my time are you gonna waste? I ain't never been to court before. But use yours and so know how to blow things out of proportion. No doubt, given the nature of the evidence, it will speak for itself. Nevertheless, you will talk us through it, Mr. Wright. Well, I know I can't prove anything new with this evidence. I'm usually backed into a corner here, but maybe if he thinks he got me beat, he'll let his guard down a bit. Don't keep us all waiting any longer, Mr. Wright. Present this final, decisive piece of evidence. Oh shit, I can't even go back. I'm gonna have to, oh shit. I'm gonna have to take a chance. I believe in you, Dumpsu. This is the defense's final piece of evidence. Isn't that the victims? Your Honor? Naturally, the court is already aware of the contents of this bottle. However, interesting new information has come to light. We have clearly identified some fingerprints on it. Fingerprints belonging to you, Mr. Tidley. What? I'm not lying. But, Mr. Wright, what conclusion are you hoping to draw from this new information? Everyone in here knows what this bottle contains. Except one man. One person in this courtroom should, theoretically, be in the dark. My plates are on that pancake of the bottle? Is that what you saying? Well, what the hell is in there anyway? A phony trial, a phony lawyer, and phony clues. Everything about this case has been phony. Seems like the perfect excuse for some phony evidence. Mr. Tidley. Wait, I actually kind of want to save. I feel like they did give me a choice, I think. This is the decisive piece of evidence that will prove your guilt. Why? Because it contains Mr. Armstrong's oils. The evidence on its own isn't worth anything. I think I'll have to take the plunge and... Wait a minute, Nick. Aromatherapy oil isn't gonna help anyone now, is it? Mr. Wright. You can't penalize me. What the fuck? I didn't even say it. I didn't say anything yet. I just let me be wrong before you penalize me, dame. I didn't do it yet. I feel like the bastard this move. Oh, as we all know, this bottle contains Mr. Glenn Elves. Medic, what are you doing, Matt? What did you just tell Dumpsu and I outside in the lobby earlier? You said the fact that his plates are on this bottle makes no difference now. Oh, yeah. Mr. Wright. So they might know what we're about to do, that we're about to lie. That would actually be pretty cool if I might have caught on to the fact that we're gonna have to lie. I think I will go back here and load save, and go back here and load save, and go here and... This bottle contains potassium cyanide. Potassium cyanide? The poison used to murder Mr. L, Your Honor. The victim's killer used this very bottle. And on this bottle, Mr. TJ, we found your fingerprints. Well, how do you explain that? Oh, you'd make a good clown, you know that? What? You ain't never done this dick. You submitted me out now. You think to cheat your bluff like that's gonna fool the tiger? A bluff? I can see straight through ya, seen it, right? That ain't the bottle with the cyanide in it. No, this is the bottle we found traces of the poison in. Don't mess with the tiger, or you're the rip his legs. The cyanide bottle was brown, and it was made of glass. Did he realize what he just did? That cheap piece of trash? Don't look nothing like it. Hey, Phoenix, you said earlier that this guy was, like, not dumb, but he totally is a dumb piece of sand. So, can we, like, arrest this idiot now? Yeah, tag him and I got him. Yeah. What? What's everybody not try it? I said that bottle. In the bottle you're referring to this? Yeah, that's it. That's the bottle with the cyanide in it. But you ain't gonna find my place on that one. Don't let that Tozy nothing to fool you people. That you're just playing games. Tell him, prosecutor. Tell that guy where to go. You still haven't figured it out? Don't you realize what you just said? What I just said? What did I just say? You were summoned to the court for the first time earlier today. If you really had nothing to do with the murder, you should have known all the little details. For instance, you should have known what kind of bottle the potassium cyanide was in. But now, you slipped up in front of every single person in this courtroom. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison. You don't know who you're messing with. I'm the tiger. I control millions of dollars on the black market. You think I'm gonna get some jumped up suit to the better of me? Sure, the last piece of evidence was phony. But that's just what you deserve. The phony trial with the phony lawyer. It was all played out by you, the biggest phony of all. What's going on? Look at the blackout. What the fuck? They blow? That's cool. Well done, Wright. I saved my 17th cup just for you. Savor it. While you watch the police reclaim your play. Damn. Wow, he didn't even give his confession. Yeah, he really did give his confession. Usually when most people do the killing, they have a moment afterwards where the killer has to confess to everything. But no, we didn't really need that, did we? He just kinda yapped, and that makes sense. He wasn't really an emotional character. He also really doesn't seem like the type to do that. Give a big speech about everything that happened afterwards. He isn't really the type to do that. Mr. Wright, you taught a tiger by his toe, but if this one hollers, he won't be a doe. I love that. I love that. Mr. Wright, you taught a tiger by his toe, but if he hollers, this one won't. Mr. Wright, you taught a tiger by his toe, but if this one hollers, he won't be a doe. Now then, how are things going with Mr. Cheatley, Mr. Dido? He is being arrested on suspicion of the murder of Glenn Elf, Your Honor. Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a grave error. Mr. Bird was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney. Yes, she was. And in the absence of genuine evidence. But the tiger made one mistake. Indeed. He very nearly got away with everything, if it wasn't for that one slip of the tongue. Filial Cheatley is truly a frightening criminal. Ha! The truly frightening one is that defense attorney over there. Dido. Well, I am now in a position to deliver my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Matty Bird, not guilty! Yeah, we did it, guys! We beat the tiger and, we did stuff. That is all. This court is adjourned. Damn, we did it. Mr. Wright, I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, sir. Congratulations, Maddie. I was so mad when Mr. Wright landed me in all that trouble a month ago. But now, I feel like I can forgive him. What are we talking about? That still wasn't me. You don't have to forgive me for anything. I need to have done something to be forgiven. Hey, that wasn't me, Maddie. That was the tiger. Did we forget about it? Look, Nick, in the doorway. Detective W. Oh, this will be heading off then. Wait. Detective W? Oh, yes. Congratulations, Maddie. Thanks. I should don't know. No? Okay. I knew you were innocent all along. Why didn't you say that in your testimony then? I mean, it's not really his job to say if he personally thinks somebody is innocent or not. His job is just to lay out the information as he knows it, and Dido would never let him say that. Or at least he would put very little emphasis on it. Huh? Oh, well, I was... Well, I guess I'll be heading off then. See you around. Wait, detective. He just went off. Maddie, why are you being so hard on him? He busted his butt for you. It's thanks to him that we got that medicine bottle. That wasn't really even of any use. But it's only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. Mr. Dumpster was just running around in circles. Hey, that's not true. Poor guy. Yeah, the only reason why we cared so much about this piece of evidence is because of how hard Dumpster worked on it. We would have never thought about that master plan without thinking, how could we use this to make sure Dumpster's hard work didn't go to waste? Because if we never asked Dumpster to help us with it, then we wouldn't have thought about it. It would have just been another piece of evidence. We could have used this, maybe. We could have said something like, oh, the poison has your fingerprints on it. And we don't know if that would have worked. Maybe he would have been more on guard because this is the real bottle. Maybe he would have been more worried, so he wouldn't have been as react about it. Maybe the fact that it was such an unassuming bottle made it easier for him to be like a joker. She still isn't ready to forgive him. Can't you put in a good word for him, Ned? Yeah, Maddie's right. I should help Dumpster out. It's clear he needs it. Maddie. You know, Detective Dumpster has been really worried about you through all of this. I wanted to believe that, sir. But on that first day of the trial, he practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up. He didn't have any choice, Maddie. He's a detective. He has to report the facts. He doubted me. That's why. He thought I might have done it. I've got to prove it to her that Dumpster really cares about her. I know. I'll give her a little present to celebrate her freedom. Lunch special! I'm joking, I'm joking, I would never. Here you are. A present to celebrate your freedom. That's a present from Detective Dumpster, made with a ton of love. He said you lost weight and he was worried about you. Detective Dumpster? I actually really like weenies, you know. Aw, you really should eat. Did you guys hear that? I'm pretty hungry myself, you know. Yeah, the trial dragged on a bit today, didn't it? Is it okay if I eat this now? Oh my god, look at that! It's adorable. So, Maddie, how is it? It's really good. God damn. So, the case of phony versus genuine comes to an end. The false allegations surrounding Maddie have all been cleared up. And who knows, maybe a whole new chapter for life is about to start. So I had to get that one, that's good. That's gold. Episode 3, Recipe for Turnabout. The end. Oh, case 4, if I know anything, there's either the last case or the second to last case. Episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings. We have Edgeworth, but he's wearing a different outfit. Turnabout Beginnings. That's a bit of an odd title. Wait, shit. Yes. Yeah, we did flip all of these over before I talked about the game some more. This was good. The villain, kind of one-dimensional. I kind of wish we found out what happened to Violetta and what happened to Jean Armstrong. Because even if they weren't the murderers, they should still help. And as sympathetic as I am to Marietta, she does deserve some modicum of punishment in this, as does Gene Armstrong, you know? But overall, it was good. It was a solid taste. It had an interesting mystery that actually probably had a lot of people guessing. And, I mean, yeah, it had a lot of layers. It was about money. It was about blackmail. Well, not blackmail, but yeah. It was about money, how it is corrupted or manipulated and used by people. Never gamble. That's another thing. Yeah, it was honestly interesting. And honestly, this is one of the cases where I think they actually did give a couple of layers of depth to the victim. Because we actually learn a bit about who like, Glenn Eld is. He is a genius programmer who knows his skill set is worth something. But he's also a bit, bad with money. He kept betting on tickets for no reason. He also, he also got into a fight somehow, and he literally, got his ear blown out. So yeah, we actually learned a lot about Glenn L. He wasn't a one-dimensional character, and I'm not saying he's actually a pretty well-rounded one, but we know more about him than we do about a lot of Ace Attorney victims, as much as I remember at least. Bruce Goodman, Dustin Prince, what do we know about them? They were detectives, they were in law enforcement, one of them had a relationship with Maddie Bird. But about them, not a lot. So yeah, this was actually a really fun taste, and I liked how we had to do something a bit morally dubious at the end. But I also like how, I did not realize how deep it was gonna go with the whole phony plot line. Phoenix really brought it back at the end, phony versus genuine. Calling the Tiger the biggest phony of all. That was a really cool line, I think. So, this was amazing. Honestly, this was a really good one. It did not feel like it dragged on at any point, really. It was solid. But yeah, that is pretty. Oh, and Dick Dumpsue coming in, he was actually really important. I like that. He felt like an honest to God real main character in this one. And his relationship with Maggie, it adds to the world. It's not just about our main characters. Maggie isn't one, but she is important to somebody. So yeah, that is all I have to say about this episode, and I hope to see you guys for episode 5. Bye!